Bum, ba-dum, bum.
Hello.
Hi. Wow, you didn't say howdy this time.
I didn't. I say it later.
Spoilers.
Spoilers for this episode of Desk Pop. I'm Bryan.
I'm Andy.
Today we're talking about the Mario Legos. They've been revealed. Does Andy like them? I don't know. Time will tell. We talk about Pokemon Twilight Wings episode 3. We talk about Animal Crossing and we give our first impressions. So if you like any of those things, make sure to stick around and listen to our podcast.
Welcome to Desk Pop.
Welcome.
Hello.
Howdy.
Or should I say, hi? I gave myself a little window. If I thought of something clever, I could say it, but
it
I
just
didn't.
Nothing popped out at you.
It's nice to give yourself those little opportunities just to humble yourself and just to, not that bright today.
The world is dim.
The world is dim. Yeah.
Today is the night that the lights went out in Georgia, so.
Okay. Yeah. Now would have been the time to do it, obviously, but I was so close to working on a D&D sheet and like a small campaign, and then just not telling you. And when you came in, just like giving you the sheet, just, all right, well, let's just start a Reba campaign, but I didn't. So,
yeah. Well, you know what's funnier than actually telling a joke is talking about how
talking about your intention. Yeah, yeah. I think this format is the only thing. Only. I would only do that for a podcast.
Okay.
Because otherwise the idea is not documented. Yeah. Whereas if it were just us in person, I'd look like an asshole. But for podcasting, it's content.
I'm just being a shady lady,
Shady lady.
Per usual.
Yeah. So, obviously.
Some stuff's going on in the world.
Yeah. We picked a hell of a time to record an episode early, and then,
I think it's for the best.
It's like a time capsule. We're like Captain America coming out of the ice. Desk Pop is.
And like, I do want to tell our listeners, obviously we're talking about the coronavirus. We're not going to talk about it for too long. The world is inundated and oversaturated with news about that. It's important to be aware and cautious, and to stay home if you're able to, but we're not gonna pound that too hard into you.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
so we've both been. I'd imagine
we both have had a lot more free time.
I've been shelter in place for I think about a week and a half now.
Okay. Interesting.
What about you? Have you been?
Well, I've done my best to stay home. I've still lived my normal life where I stay home and play Overwatch, and that really hasn't been affected. I think I realized too how little I like go out and do things. Just living my normal life in this post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or current apocalyptic world, I guess.
I've been feeling like the fucking doctor from I Am Legend.
Okay.
Just like Dana.
I never saw that movie.
Oh. Well, I know you're free, so you're deliberately choosing not to watch it. If I recommend it, I won't.
Okay.
But
that's good.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like I'm just like stranded on a spaceship or something.
Yeah.
Like I went about a week and a half. Dana was in Alvin, and there was like several confirmed cases in Alvin. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you need to stay there for a few days just to make sure that you don't have it, and then you can come over. And And so we waited it out a bit, and then she came over, and it was like the first time I had like gone outside and seen a human in a long time. So that was weird.
Okay.
Alcohol delivery is a thing now.
Uh-huh.
Dana ordered about a little over $100 worth of alcohol yesterday.
Interesting.
So I spent yesterday like, all right, well, we have to dispose of the box that the delivery person carried in, and we have to wipe the counter that we put the box on, and then we have to hand wash each bottle to make sure it's all sterile.
I mean, honestly, I think that's the thing. It's like, you just have to be ever vigilant.
Because it's just, I think like statistically, like we're probably going to get it. It's like, it's more of controlling the rate in which, you know, everybody. So I'm not taking my chances. I washed all those fucking alcohol bottles, and I looked like a crazy person doing it.
Where did y'all order from? What did y'all order?
We got sangria, vodka, we got rum, we got stuff to make daiquiris.
So y'all ordered like actual liquor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So did you order it from like Specs or something?
I think, what is a big liquor store next to the mall? It's a wine place.
Total Wine.
Total Wine. That's what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I heard about the delivering alcohol, and my first thought was just like, oh, restaurants and bars can send that out.
Yeah.
Like mixed drinks.
Yeah,
but I wasn't thinking about like, you can order.
You can buy like gallons of margarita.
Yeah.
By the gallon at
gallons of margarita.
Gallons of margarita. How do you margaritas by the gallon? How do you phrase that?
Okay.
But you can order it from Gringos.
Yeah. Interesting.
But I think
How do they verify the like?
They
age?
just ask, "Hey, can I see your ID?"
Oh, like when they get here?
Yeah.
But they've already bought it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's weird?
I left it in my other pants. Oh no. You want your tip or not?
What's weird is
I'm like 26. So that doesn't matter.
We're in Texas, and we've seen the future.
Yeah.
When all of this is over, I don't know how people expect to like.
Well, there's
no more delivery alcohol.
There's
now.
alcohol delivery apps. I'm pretty sure there's something already. I could have sworn there was like a standalone app or something that did that.
I just don't know how. They're gonna take that away, and everybody's. We've seen.
I think we'll live.
I mean, I don't care, but we're also in Texas, so I feel like a lot of people would care.
I would prefer
Maybe
to
I'm
just be able to
generalizing.
buy stuff on Sunday. That would be my change.
Yeah, I remember when we went to New Orleans for a performance thing, and just being able to go into any store and buy alcohol at any time of the day.
Going
that
to
was weird.
Walgreens and stuff. That's so nice.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
But while I've been
while you've been drunk at home,
social distancing, I've started and then finished playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
That's good.
Which is now my favorite game of this year.
Okay.
Masterpiece.
Of 2020 or 2019?
2020.
Okay.
Have you played the first one?
No.
Do you play Metroidvania side scroller stuff?
I mean, not typically. If it's really good, I might pick it up. But that's not like my thing.
Visually gorgeous game.
Okay.
I loved it.
Okay.
But yeah, so that happened. I basically finished Pokemon Sword. I need to beat the sword guy.
Basically.
Yeah, I was promised this is the last battle like 5 times.
Yeah.
And it hasn't, and it's just, all right, well, I'll put it down and I'll get back to it in a second. I finally watched Song of the South. I found a pirating site. I've heard horrible things about it. Disney Plus launched and it wasn't launched with it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I need to finally put this to rest. I need to know if it is as bad as everyone says it is. And it definitely is. It's really bad. It's not bad. It's not bad in the way that I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like negative racial stereotypes.
Uh-huh.
But the way it was like more like, oh, they liked being slaves, blah blah blah. This is
Jesus.
And it was more of like a sympathizing thing.
Oh.
And so it was like bad in that way. Yeah. And it was really hard to watch. And I can't believe that that movie was re-released in theaters in the 80s. and it did really well. And I can't believe that it happened.
Racism in America.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I did that, and Animal Crossing came out. So I've been playing that, and we'll get that'll be the bread and butter of this episode anyway. So we'll get to that.
We'll get to that sooner.
Yeah. So let's just that quick dip into the racial commentary of Disney's history.
Yuck.
Yeah. It's not an episode of Desk Pop without one of those moments. So I guess I think. Yeah, you haven't. I mean, you kind of went over your stuff, right? I think I already asked you how you went. Yeah, what have you been up to? You're just playing Overwatch, right?
Oh, you asked what I was doing during that. Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah, I mean, I've just been playing Overwatch like normal. A new hero's currently coming out called Echo, which is very exciting. She can like replicate another hero on the enemy team. It's very interesting. The Overwatch League is now all online, which is good. Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to work 2 days a week and then remote working the rest of my hours. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of it right now.
Okay.
RuPaul's Drag Race. The last episode came out Friday. It's very, very good.
Yeah,
I'd recommend it.
How's your favorite person doing?
So my favorite person of the season is probably Gigi Good. Spoilers. Skip ahead 15 seconds if you don't want to hear this. She won last episode, so
Cool.
that was good. Other than that, it's been very interesting to see how they edit out the person. What is the villain? I guess the Sherry Pie, the one that did all that bad stuff that I told you about. She, vile woman. So that she won an episode, the previous episode, and they left it in that she won, obviously, but she had about one line the entire episode, which is very interesting to show. Like, imagine a competition reality TV show, and the winner of the episode, they get one line of airtime the entire episode.
That's great.
They're like, congratulations, you've won. And she is like, thank you. And that's it. And then they immediately move on to other stuff.
That's great. It's
like funny.
We're entering this weird new genre of filmmaking called passive aggressive editing.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just it'd be really funny if they really upped it and showed them starting to talk and they are cut mid-sentence and it cuts to something else.
That would be really funny. That would
just actually start, playing jokes and stuff. Just play it up. Nobody likes this person. They fucking suck.
It's funny because in the previous episode that she won, episode 3, I think it was, because we're on 4 now. So episode 3, she won. No lines. Episode 4, there was no extra dialogue. It did look like they cut a lot out. But she had more dialogue in this episode than she did in the episode she won, which was kind of funny. But it's just interesting. It's been kind of like a science project to watch, how they're doing this, how they're going about editing.
It's really that's a nice challenge.
Yeah,
it's really interesting to watch.
Because it's happening in real time right now, even though they've already filmed all this. They're now scrambling and they're going back. Okay, we have all these confessionals where they say shady things or whatever, and those are all overlaid over the episode kind of, and so now she has none of those, it looks like, which is good. But in the first episode,
and each episode is the same length.
The first 2 episodes were 2 hours and every other episode is an hour.
So what's crazy is anything they cut out they had to make up for with
I've seen
filler
in some parts, it feels a little fillery. It's a joke that there's one, I think it was episode 3 maybe, there's a clip of this one drag queen pulling off her wig in the same, it's the same clip just twice in the episode, which is really funny. But it's okay, well, clearly they probably cut something out and they had to put something there, and they either thought people wouldn't notice, 1 or 2, just, I don't know, forgot. But that's it for me.
All right, well, let's jump into our phase 1 of our master plan of finishing this episode. And it's talking about, so the episode before last,
yes,
so the last 2 episodes we filmed or we recorded in the same session.
In our echo chamber, yes.
Yeah.
Literally.
And we talked about the Mario Lego set. We speculated what it was. Oh, I thought you can put. People generally thought that you could put a Switch dock into this.
That would have been crazy.
Mario thing. Everyone thought it was a buildable Switch dock that was compatible in some way.
That would have been wild.
And it wasn't. It was something completely left field. It was like
it's like a Mario toy with a little screen on it.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
it reminded me of a Furby. It was like a Mario Furby.
It's like when they did the Furby update and they have the electronic screens on their faces. Or
yeah. It was like one of those things, and it's an interactive Mario level thing where you can jump on Goombas and you get points, you get coins.
Yeah.
Very interactive, and it was very, very toy-like.
Yeah.
It was definitely designed to be played with more hands-on than typical Lego sets.
Sure.
And it's not what I wanted. I'm going to buy it.
I'm going to buy it in protest.
Yeah, you're going to... If people haven't learned this about me in this podcast yet, they're going to learn it now.
You're a collector.
I collect things, and what sucks is, the whole, like, oh, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Well, like, who else is making Mario Legos, Like, it's my only choice, so if I have to pick that over nothing, I'll pick it. But, I mean, I don't... Obviously, it's not my first choice of, like, the direction I would have liked them to go in.
Sure.
But I don't know how I'm supposed to display this. It looks like a very big set, but it takes a lot of space. It looks very expensive. And since it's so hands-on, I don't like, how do you display something like that? It just...
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
And if the screens are off, like if there's not constantly battery in this Mario thing, it's going to look weird with the dead eyes. So I don't know how I'm going to deal with that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to figure it out.
Who knows?
But anyways, you don't really do Lego stuff, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, my brother was always more into Legos than I was. I don't like following. I am.
You're a master builder. You don't need.
I don't like following instructions to build something.
Brian doesn't play by your rules.
I like to do my own thing and like live more creatively and like.
Wow.
I don't know. It just, to me, it's like it's not enjoyable to like follow a step by step. Like it feels like building IKEA furniture or something. It's like not okay, cool. Like I did it and it's finished. It's like doing a paint by numbers to me. It's like cool. I followed the instructions, but I didn't enjoy that at all. So. Not really my thing. I did see the announcement. And obviously, I tagged you on Facebook, and I was like, "Is this what you wanted? Like, is this what you were hoping for?"
It's definitely not. But let's go ahead and talk about things that we'd like to see.
This is an open letter to Nintendo.
That aren't this.
Nintendo of America, if you're listening.
So
these are Andy's demands.
Look. If they don't make a Peach's Castle set, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. If Nintendo and Lego are collaborating, we need a fucking Peach's Castle.
If they had a Bowser's Castle, I would buy that.
That'd be fucking
sick. And I would buy that and build it.
What I don't understand, because like, so they have the Disney Cinderella Castle, and that's like $600.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
I would, and this would be a holiday purchase, seriously consider getting a Peach's Castle thing if it were priced like that. I would buy it eventually in due time. Hell yeah, I'd get it. I
can't see myself if they came out with the Bowser's Castle and it was more than like even $100 seems like I don't know if I'd pay that.
It would just be so cool to have like a scale model that's like officially endorsed.
Sure.
It's not like a fan made 3D print that you see.
Where do you keep it? Like, how do you store that or display it or like?
That's the fun part.
Oh, is that where it becomes fun?
You get like a cool. I have like a mini Hogwarts castle. Like,
see if it was mini, I would buy it and have it.
But like, I'm talking like maybe a little under a foot.
Sure.
Maybe. But anyways, Peach's Castle is like the first thing I think of. I thought of, and I think Game Explain mentioned this.
You know what I would probably do? I would find a scan of the instructions to build it, and then like
I've tried
buy those Legos.
I've tried that, and when you price it out, it's like the same.
Really?
Yeah, I've tried doing the same thing.
I'll just 3D print the little Legos myself.
There are people who make careers out of. They'll buy a bunch of Lego sets. And Lego sets, like they always like have machines put all the Legos into the box, so they always put a little extra on like other of smaller parts to make sure that you have all the parts you need. People will put aside the extra parts that they have, and eventually they'll have so many extra parts they're able to build other sets completely for free.
Jesus.
And it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that when the Nintendo Park opens up at Universal, I'm thinking that Lego will collaborate, and they'll probably be, because obviously there's going to be like location exclusive merch.
And there is a Bowser's Castle at that, which
Yes.
I'm excited about.
There will be Peach's Castle and Bowser's Castle. And I'd imagine that would be the point where a set like that would be really revealed or released or whatever. And it would probably be a location exclusive. But Game Explain mentioned it. I had the idea before, but then I heard it on their thing. So I decided I'd give credit where it is due in case anybody thinks I'm ripping them off.
Okay. I'd hate for you to rip them off.
I have a love-hate relationship with Game Explain.
Okay.
They go off the rails. Anyways.
I cannot relate to that one bit.
Okay, let's just dive into this super fast.
Okay.
They'll be talking about like, oh, so they revealed like this new character for Smash Brothers, and then they'll like kind of have like they'll speculate on what's gonna happen next in Smash Brothers for a little bit, and they'll have like some interesting thoughts. And then they'll just go into like, oh, well, what if like Master Chief's in there and like his level, like you like all get on warthogs and you're like flying around and like Meta Knight shows up and then you all like get in like a Kirby Air Ride homage race and then it goes into it's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Like what?
Like it's like it not only does it go off topic, but it's just like so off topic. It's just
well, it's not off topic. It's just more of like it's like listening to like elementary school kids talk about like what they think is going to happen in the next Mario game, you know, like it's
well, I can tell
totally
you, Andy,
out of the realm of possibility.
I can tell you my uncle works at Nintendo.
Oh my God.
So
it's just so annoying that like, like I want to listen to people have like good guesses of like what's going to happen, or like if it's really out there, maybe the idea be a little bit more than like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they go into that in their discussions, and it's just weird. Anyways, so we watched Pokemon Twilight Wings.
We watched Pokemon Twilight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fan
Pokemon
recreation
the
of Twilight
Saga. Yeah. Twilight Wings episode 3.
Yeah.
What was the title of this one? Do you remember?
I think it's called Buddy.
Buddy.
It's Buddy. Either it's Buddy something or Buddy.
Pal.
Buddy. Hey, Buddy.
Overall, I thought it was really cute. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was cute.
I know people don't have high opinions of Hop.
Yeah, when it first started, I saw Hop and I was like, "Oh no, I'm fucking done with this kid."
But the good thing is, it's mostly about the Wooloo.
Yeah, he leaves.
Yeah.
And then it's just about Wooloo, and he goes on his own adventure.
Wooloo has an existential crisis, you know.
Yeah, it's really cute, and I would imagine they had a lot of fun animating Wooloo. He looked like he was just a really fun character that like. I wouldn't have thought he would have been so expressive, but they really found ways to like put some emotion in there. It was really cute to watch.
I wasn't expecting it to go in that direction. I honestly was waiting for this to just all be about Hop finding his Wooloo, and then it's like it's Wooloo just like
fuck Hop.
I loved it.
The grass type gym leader has been there,
Yes.
so I'm thinking that maybe
Milo.
Yeah, and I think there's been a gym leader in every episode.
I think so. I mean, technically, yeah. There's always Bee getting her ass kicked by Leon in the beginning.
And constantly reminding you that Bee loses.
That is like a single thread that's been tying all the narratives together, I believe. It's been in every beginning of the episodes. It's like their starter, their reason for doing what they're doing in that episode. But
it's been that and the air taxi, the sky taxi.
Yeah.
Those have been like the two connecting things.
I was hoping, let me say, I was hoping that when we saw the taxi in this game, he was like, well, I have to deliver this phone to the Like I was hoping you'd make some mention to the previous episode.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
about the phone thing, delivering a phone, but it's fine.
I know that the games collaborate with the anime pretty closely in order to like, they get access to new Pokemon reveals and new character stuff and lore tidbits of the series. I don't know how directly the anime affects the games, but it would be it'd be interesting because I feel like this is more of a direct tie-in, so they're more closely collaborating.
I don't think that the anime will affect anything because we'll have the expansion in June.
Well, I'm just curious if because the air taxi guy is like a reoccurring character, and I'm curious if it'd be interesting.
He's just a nurse joy. Like he's just like because in the game he's just
a guy.
Yeah, he's just a nurse joy.
I would be interested in to battle this guy.
Oh,
I was like, what if it leads?
Defeat his Corviknight.
What if it leads to maybe you can battle the air taxi guy and like.
I like how you're becoming Game Explain right now.
I feel like that's a realistic. You fucking battle everybody else. Why not the air taxi guy?
And then Master Chief comes in and you all get on Warthogs.
I just don't like.
I get it. Yeah.
He's in every episode, and I feel like it's only a matter of time before he gets his own episode.
Maybe, yeah.
Because
it's called Twilight Wings.
Yeah, maybe.
That's why I would assume that
I feel like
Corviknight is kind of tying it all together a little bit.
I feel like it's within the realm of possibility that this taxi guy is going to be a little bit more important than I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's quite the possibility.
I think it's very grounded.
Our unnamed taxi driver.
Unnamed taxi driver guy. Yeah. But the grass type gym leader's in there, and their voices. Hop didn't sound like I expected him to sound.
Okay, interesting.
Grass type gym leader sounded exactly how I imagined it.
Okay.
I don't really know where I'm going with that, but those are just I wrote down. I freehanded my thoughts as I was watching it, and I was like, "Yep, that's what his voice sounds like." And then Hop, I was like, "I don't know." I feel like his voice would be like,
"Hey, I'm Hop. I'm trying to be the best. Hey, do you want to battle? You'll never be Charizard ever."
Yeah.
I get it. In one way, in one hand, I understand why people don't like Hop so much. On the other hand, he didn't affect my game very much, so it didn't bother me. And I'm like, the person that I hate the most in Sword and Shield is the fucking gentleman dude with the Soul Rock in raids when you try and battle, and he's just fucking using buff moves on his Soul Rock the entire time and not attacking. That's the most egregious person in the entire game. It's not Hop, it's not Chairman Rose, it's fucking I don't even know his name.
I think Pokemon was onto something whenever they gave the player 3 rivals, because the hate was spread amongst them because they were all kind of stopping you either individually or together or whatever. Him being the one person somebody's gonna have to take the fall. And this time around, it was Hop.
Well, I think they just need to find more inventive. I love Pokemon.
He was so cheerful too, and it was just just be a dick.
I love Pokemon, but I think that we had the dick. We had Bede was the asshole.
I actually really liked his arc. Now that I've finished
he had
his
a whole
saga.
Character thing, like a character story.
Being
which is
the new fairy gym leader is oh, that's great. Good for him.
No, I just feel like Pokemon in general, it's been so formulaic for so long. I want to see them start breaking that formula. I want to see them not only have 3 rivals or whatever, but also not just force you to stop and battle them everyone. Have reasons why this is happening. Not just I always hate when someone runs up to you and is like, "Stop right there. Let's battle. Let's do." That was my problem with Tim. I don't like that. I want to have more engaging reasons why these people want to battle, or
it'd be interesting if you could actually challenge them in a dialogue
if you're
tree.
If you're the one that's challenging them, that would be so much cooler. And then it gives you the option, if you don't want to play that way, you just don't battle them and you just move on.
In cutscenes and stuff, you see Hop walk right by these people, and then screen fades to black, screen fades back in, and now it's your turn. And then you walk by, and then they all stop you. What?
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of that, and I get that that's part of the game, but I almost wish there was something you could do or an item you could wear or something that just would be like,
I think that would be a fair compromise.
like
A Pokemon repel type thing, but like you just wear it and trainers know not to fuck with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I could just imagine like living my life normally. Say I went to the store or something, obviously not right now, but like, say I went to the store.
That's just a pipe dream right now.
And someone like stopped me. I'm going to be like, well, who the fuck are you? Don't talk to me. I don't like.
I'm a celebrity. I'm Brian Sullivan. Step the fuck back.
I don't want to interact with a stranger who, I don't know. There's just something about that's like,
I think it feels.
Who are you to approach me and like say something about, like, obviously this doesn't happen because I don't get approached by people, luckily, and I'm not saying like if someone were to listen to the podcast and be like, oh, I like that podcast, that's different. But it's like if you're waiting in line or something and someone's like trying to strike up a conversation about nothing with you, or like, I don't know. Don't approach me with a Pokemon battle. I don't want that. I am too busy. You don't know my dad might have just died and you're like, hey, let's battle. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, just think about that in that world. Like, your Pokemon passes away and you're on your way to bury him in the Lavender Town graveyard or whatever, and people are trying to stop you to battle you. Like,
I think a fair compromise would be
it's a game mechanic.
Having like a notification over trainers, and like, a red one means that they won a battle, and if you like challenge them, you get like double EXP. And then regular people, you could like talk to them with regular dialogue trees, but then you can challenge them.
Yeah.
I've never understood why you get like you're forced to battle all these people, and then you don't get to battle them again. So when you battle all the trainers, like, that's it. Yeah. It'd be cool if you could re-challenge.
They did that in some games. I think with the VS Seeker, you're able to tap someone and let them battle you. And I think that this is most successful in this game, where the majority of the time, like in that big wild area where there's not really trainers that approach you, there's none. I like that. I like being able to just battle the Pokemon or, do whatever, live my life. And then, but I like on routes where I'm walking to town, I don't want to have to battle people. I want to like either just battle the Pokemon or whatever. I almost feel like trainer battles should be like there's something like more structured about them, and they almost happen like a gym or something, but not like, maybe that's like you can go to gyms and without having to battle the gym leader, you could just do trainer battles to level up, or like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's our.
And then Meta Knight shows up, and then you have a Kirby Air Ride battle.
Yeah, that's just gonna be our segue now. Straight into Animal Crossing.
Well,
in the time that we needed it most, it showed up. Animal Crossing was,
Andy,
the only winners here in this whole situation right now are the Animal Crossing devs, because everyone's playing their games.
Andy, I think we can both agree. Right now, it's a wild world out there. But even two city folk like us can turn over a new leaf and spend more time indoors. While most festivals and concerts have been canceled, now is a great time to stay indoors and practice skills you may have been neglecting. I've become quite the happy home designer, taking this time to redecorate my house to my heart's content. I know we've got some new game releases that have appeared on the horizon, and I can't wait to talk about them with you. Now, is that a camp in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
So Animal Crossing New Horizons is out.
Hey.
Where was that in the intro?
I know.
That
if
was...
we were doing this earlier, then I would have done that earlier. But
yeah,
it would have been weird to do that and then just get into normal topics.
I've been there. Sure. That's something you don't see on Game Explain. I'm taken aback from that weird. I was like, what? Where are we going with this? What? So we've been playing Animal Crossing, obviously.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I friended you on Nintendo.
I don't know if I got that. I don't know if I got it.
I definitely sent you the request.
Okay.
And when I was on your profile, it said that you've already put 20 hours or more into this game.
Yeah, I guess that might be right.
I've definitely done the same.
Okay.
So I think we're about the same level.
I am a firm believer, and this is my opinion, and I'll say this before you confirm or deny it. I am a time traveler in Animal Crossing. I firmly believe in once I finish everything for the day, being able to skip ahead because I don't want to physically wait an entire day. And that's how I play those games.
That's understandable.
And I'll continue to play those games those way. And I don't skip around just to do it. I make sure to finish all my tasks. And there's been times that I'll finish everything and I'm just waiting for something to happen and I don't want to wait. So I'm going to skip ahead to the next morning.
Okay.
And I'm coming out right here and I'm saying it.
I respect you. And you still have a place in this podcast.
Okay, thank you.
I actually have now I have 3 time traveling friends.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
look at me.
Look at
and
you.
how diverse I am with my 3 time traveling
But
friends.
you don't do that.
No.
You play every day is.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's good for me because if I really like a game, I mentioned it before, my attention span is so short that if I really like a game, I really need to rush it. I need to finish it because I will get sidetracked and like I'll forget about it or another game will come out and I'll never finish a game. So
Yeah.
with Animal Crossing, what I like about it is it cannot be finished. It lasts forever.
Sure.
And once you've done your chores and everything for the day, I don't want to get sick of the game because in these trying times, it's like almost one of the few things I have right now. So it's like, oh, well, I get to wait and I have something to do tomorrow. And I'm not going to get sick of the game because it like forces me to put it down once all my stuff is finished. So, yeah. But, yeah, I really like it. I played New Leaf for like a few days and then I dropped it because I didn't really
Yeah.
get it. And I loved Pocket Camp. So this is really my first big core Animal Crossing game. And playing it after Pokemon was just... And I don't want to loop it back to Pokemon. I don't even know why I mentioned it. But it was just like, man, they really pushed Animal Crossing to like a new direct... Like, what was it like without the crafting system?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely different without the crafting. I have thoughts on that. I don't love any game that allows you to break items, like Breath of the Wild. I just hate that system.
That
where
seems to be a common complaint with Breath of the Wild specifically.
I don't
yeah.
like those sorts of systems. I want to at least know in the future that I'll be able to craft something that won't break. You know what I mean? If I'm crafting things that are like breakable now, I at least want the assurance that like, okay, if you put several days, several weeks of playing, then yeah, you'll be able to craft a shovel that won't break. You know, you can use gold or something to make a shovel that won't break, you know, and not like, oh, it has higher durability. Like I want something that's not going to. And so I know it's like, it's not as big of a deal, but I feel like I spend a lot of my time in Animal Crossing just creating new tools from the ones that are broken, even though I'm creating higher quality versions. So I'm like, I don't love that. At least create a gameplay loop that makes me feel, I don't know, like I'm having some sort of impact other than rebuilding my tools.
I think that's understandable. I haven't really had a problem with it just because the only thing I've really spent my time in to really invest the iron into is the shovel.
Okay.
And it took so long. It took, I think, 2 full days, maybe more, before that shovel broke.
Yeah.
So I never really had a problem with like the heavier, like the high quality stuff. And then the low quality stuff, like I just have a bunch of sticks. So it's kind of free. You just keep shaking trees and you get unlimited sticks.
It is free, but it's the price of the time that you're paying.
Yeah, it's just like, I have to run all the way to a workbench and I have to...
Yeah.
You see
if you could craft those where you are without having to go to workbenches. And I know you can create workbenches other places, but like I don't want my whole island to be covered in.
Yeah. You could probably, I'd imagine there has to be some sort of special thing you can unlock.
Maybe.
To where you can craft things on the go.
Maybe.
But nothing's more frustrating than like your net just broke and you see a fucking tarantula. You're like, God damn it. Like I have to go make a net. And by the time I get back, either the tarantula is gone or the tarantula is going to chase you and you're going to fucking die. Like, do you have tarantulas on your island or do you have scorpions?
No, I have tarantulas. I caught like 3 of them and only one of them jumped at me and I couldn't get it.
A day doesn't go by without me getting jumped by a tarantula at least once. But last night I figured out the trick to catch them and I've caught like 3 or 4.
I feel like it's the same with like the praying mantises. It's like whenever they start doing their animation, you're kind of close enough to press the net. That's what I always do.
I've always like, I pull out the net and I hold the button down to approach them slowly. And then when they stop walking and they like do that weird animation, I stop and then I wait for them to like turn around and keep walking. And I'm like, I'll do that for a bit until I'm like, okay, I know I'm close. Because nothing sucks more than like going for it. And then
I just
like,
wait for them to jump at me and then catch them.
Oh God, no, hell no. I don't have that. Like my heart races in those moments. It's like, I'm not going to see another scorpion again for like at least another hour. And those things are worth, I think, 8,000 or 9,000 bells.
Yeah. The most money I've made is using the Nook miles to go out to other islands, collecting all the fruit that's not native, and then bringing it back and selling it. And you'll make like, if you end up on an island with a lot of fruit that's not native to your island, then you can make 20 to 30,000 a trip. So it's a lot. It's very lucrative.
I've never even tried that. I've always been so focused on. So I have every fruit on my town planted except for oranges, which you have.
I do.
And I hope to leave with oranges. This whole podcast has
just been an excuse to get close to me.
to get your oranges. What is with the customs people and Animal Crossing? Like I'm flying back to my island with like trees and
I love
animals that aren't native.
I love it so much because it was either Timmy or Tommy Nook. They're talking about the shop building and they're like, yeah, it's not gonna be what they say. It's not going to impact the island at all. Like there's they have like an environmental impact score and like they're talking about that. And then it's like you go out to another island and they're like, yeah, just bring back whatever. Who cares? Like as long as you can fit it in your pockets. I'm like, oh no.
That kind of reminds me that like everything in this fucking game is so gosh darn cute.
Yeah.
It's like everything, all the animations and all like all the little things. Like if I could describe what the Disney park is like, it's like playing Animal Crossing. Like every time you catch a fish, everyone near you claps and you like can present things that you caught and everyone like cheers for you. And there's like dumb little festival, like the shop opens and you're like, oh, let's have like a ceremony. And everyone gathers in front of this little thing. And Tom Nook's like, yeah, here it is. And it's just so funny. Yeah. And everyone like does the popper thing. It's just
everyone does poppers.
The thing, everyone's popping pills in this fucking game. That's why everyone's so happy. The little animations, like I kind of wrote down, Tom Nook and also Blathers will be reading books. Yeah. And whenever you walk in to talk to them, you can't talk to them. Like they like take time to like close their books and put it away.
I actually don't like that.
Everyone I've pointed that out to say the same thing. I think it's so fucking like adorable.
It's charming and it's cute, but I'm like, I almost feel like they should, as you walk into the room, start putting it away. Like you see it, but they're putting it away because they know you're coming to talk to them. I walked into Blather's tent and I was gonna talk to him, and he held his book, and I was like, And then I left, and he just like goes back to reading. And I was like, imagine just walking into someone's home and you're just like, they just keep doing what they're doing and then you leave and they just go back to it, It's very interesting.
Yeah. And then I also, I wrote the clapping thing too. But the UI, all the little logos and things for the game, the Dodo Airlines is like, I love that.
I think it's good, but I still think Sword and Shield had some strong, like some really good, really strong, like fake logo type stuff throughout the entire game and in the Poke Jobs and just like, so this to me is like, it's good, but they had so many in the previous Pokemon game. Like, But I like the little like animation of the dodo, and I like when you go to someone's island how it does the like what do you call it, like the flight boarding thing.
Yeah, I fucking love that.
That's
yeah.
really cute. I like
all
that
those
a lot.
things are great. I just like, I think Nintendo as a whole has really stepped it up as far as like all their game logos. Like all the Pokemon stuff is cool. Like Mario Kart, all the logos at the airport.
Sure, yeah.
I love little things like that. Like it really, it does the maximum. It does you get all the benefits of expanding this universe without actively having to make like a whole airport chain and all this other stuff. You know, you just made that little logo, and it's just really neat to see. And they definitely put thought into it.
I will say an improvement from at least the last Animal Crossing, New Leaf. I don't know if you remember playing that and like going out to an island to catch bugs, and like you'd be on the ship with the frog, and he'd be like singing the song out driving, and that took forever. So long. Like
Yeah, I don't.
This
I
is
never
at
even
least
got to that
faster. This airline travel is at least faster. It just takes a couple seconds, and that's what I want. Like it can be fun and it can be cute and it can like have a little bit of that character to it, but I also wanted to like not stop me from playing and doing something, even if it's like
it
minimal.
doesn't feel like an interruption.
Right. And like that's what I like. I don't like just sitting through things for the sake of sitting through them and then like, you know, being told that's how the game is or something. Like no, there's ways you can do things that don't feel as bad to the player but still give that same character and same charm. But
Sure.
yeah.
And I think the last thing I'll say about the whole cute point was the Animal Crossing humor is so dry and like so anti-humor, and it like really lines up with like a lot of where my humor comes from.
Sure.
And the whole like when you're on the plane and you go somewhere, they're like, "Oh, we'll be conducting a water landing, but don't worry because this is a seaplane." It's just like I fucking love it. I'm not tired of it yet. I've seen the joke about 10, 15 times. I'm sure it'll get old, but right now it's like, oh, that's really charming. I would, you know, it'd be neat if they had a few more things to say along those same lines, but I like that.
I agree with you. I think that's what keeps it interesting. It's like new dialogue that you're like, oh, that's
Getting
cute.
pleasantly surprised by
Yeah.
little like quippy lines like that. The museum is great. I fucking love this museum. Do you have the museum yet?
It should be built today. I haven't checked. I had turned in all the fossils and everything, so it was in the process of being built. But yeah, I haven't checked.
Mine was built like I went to bed at like I think 6 or 7 this morning. So the museum was built for me. It's so fucking cool. I love that. Animal Crossing really fits in with kind of the mentality of just, you know, social distancing or quarantine. Like you're making your own goals. You don't really have like a specific task you have to do. So the whole point of the game is to like make your own objectives in your head and start doing it, which I really like that because it's like it really satisfies that like, oh, I have a to-do list. I like to make lists of things that I can do during the day and maximize my time, and this is the game for that. Where I am in the game right now, I have every fruit tree but oranges. I have 3 new villagers coming in, and I'm currently building their new homes right now.
Yeah.
The museum and the shop have just been built, and I'm currently paying off my 3rd loan from Tom Nook after getting my my house expansion.
Yeah.
So I'll be getting a 2nd bedroom now.
Nice.
I started off with Buck, who's a horse who likes to work out, and a
My
chicken.
name's Buck, and I like to fuck.
He's on date. Yeah. And I also have a chicken, and she says chicky poo at the end of everything she says. I hate her. She's really annoying.
You're gonna try and get her off the island.
Yeah.
You're gonna file complaints with Isabella or whatever.
Yeah, she fucking sucks. Like when I first met Buck, he gave me a hat.
Yeah.
And he gave me a bunch of iron ore when I was trying to build the house, and like he gives me stuff and he writes me letters. He's great. And then this fucking chicken is just walking around like, oh, what the fuck's wrong with your face? You should get medicine.
Yeah.
And then fucking Buck gives me a recipe to craft medicine. Like,
Yeah.
well, you know, Buck's like, what kind of friend are you, you fucking piece of shit chicken? You know, God, she fucking sucks. I trash talk her in all my letters to Buck.
Good.
So yeah, we'll see how the 3 new villagers really shake up the social dynamics. But I'm about ready for her to get off my island.
Have you been recruiting people when you go out to?
Yeah.
So have you recruited more than 3?
You're not. As far as I can tell, you cannot.
So far, you cannot.
Yeah. So once you recruit 3 people, if you keep going
Because
to islands,
I've only done 2, and like that's there was 2 others that I saw. I've seen 4 animals total, and I only chose to talk to 2 of them.
So from what
and now
I
I'm building the 3 homes, which that's why I'm curious, because I'm like, I haven't chosen a 3rd animal technically, so I wonder if they'll randomly assign one to me.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, after you've asked 3 villagers to visit you, every island that I've visited since then has not had an animal on it, and I've done it at least 5 times since.
Interesting.
So I don't think. My prediction is that I'm not going to see another animal on the island until my village is ready to get more villagers after the 3 houses are built.
Maybe I did ask a 3rd. Maybe I did, because I've seen 5 animals. Oh, I think I asked a 3rd just because I was like, whatever.
I just asked anybody who was there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to fill up my island.
I really wanted the first. It was like a flamingo on the first island.
Oh, that's fucking neat.
It was really cool, but I didn't have the vaulting pole to get over to him, so I couldn't talk to him.
Aww.
So I was like, oh no. And then I had a goat, and then I was like, I don't really want a goat. But I've talked to. I'm waiting on.
I wish I put more thought into that. I just asked everybody.
You just asked everyone, you slut.
Yeah, fucking Animal Crossing
You
slut.
animal slut.
Please live in my town.
I've asked the fox, which I forget her name, but she's really cool. She's like a trendy fox. I've asked Egbert. He's like a chicken rooster kind of. Like he seems like the other person to yours, but he's like kind of scared of everything, but kind of likes bugs a lot. It's very interesting. And then
That's more quirky than fucking my chicken.
Yeah, and then I asked a horse, not because I like her, but because I was just like, I was like, she's like a very like yellow, pink horse, and I feel like all the others, like I started with Fuchsia, which is like I think she's a Chihuahua, and she's like fuchsia colored, and I have Flip, who's an orange monkey, but it's like a bright orange. So I was like, well, I'll just keep recruiting these like really bright colored animals. So she was brightly colored. So I was like, come on, you can come to my island, you know.
Wow.
I'll just have this theme of animals that are just like bright pink.
I don't see color, so
We're bright pink only, sorry. And orange, I guess.
It's like Mean Girls. We wear pink on Thursdays.
Wednesday.
I don't fucking know. I'll pat myself on the back for even getting that reference. So, yeah. The last thing I'll say about Animal Crossing that I really, really like is I've been going out of my way not to look anything up about it.
Okay.
And this is like the first game in a long time that everybody I know got it.
Yeah.
It used to be Pokemon, but this one has kind of been like everyone in my group kind of got Pokemon at different times, and everyone's been playing it at different paces. Everyone got Animal Crossing at the same time, and so it's so fun to do like emulate that like elementary school like lunchtime chatter of, oh, there's a flamingo, or like talking about like John's a time traveler, and so he got ladders, and I've been trying not to like time travel, and I just feel dirty doing it, but John gave me a ladder, and I was like, oh, I'm benefiting from someone who time traveled, but oh well. So I got a ladder, and that was really cool, because it's like, oh, I can go up to this area now, and like there's all these new things I can do, and so it's like really cool to kind of like, because the internet kind of was the death of learning new things, learning tips and secrets and stuff about games, because you could just look it up. But now, not looking it up, it's like really fun to like discover those things through conversation, talking to other people, and it adds like another layer to the game that I really enjoy. So overall, I'm really enjoying this.
I think it's fun. I think also I wouldn't have felt so compelled to do the time traveling if you were able to get the vaulting poles and shovels.
Yeah, they kind of
ladders.
force you to move at a pace.
I don't
in the
like
beginning.
that, and so I think that I might slow down now that I've gotten all that stuff. I actually like tricked the system to get a shovel because you don't start off with one and you don't have a recipe for one in the beginning. So I went out to an island and then rented a shovel and then came back and I had bought the good tool recipes and I like crafted a nicer shovel from that so it would last me a while until I got the actual shovels, until I got like the recipe for flimsy shovels,
That's pretty good.
I was like, I cheated, but I did it in the correct way.
Tom Nook is angry. Check out how Bryan upset Tom Nook with this one simple trick.
It's one simple trick, yep.
Yeah. Island realtors are angry. Yeah, so any final thoughts that you have about Animal Crossing?
No, I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I also think no game is perfect. So I think there's some things that I think now too when I think about the fact that this was delayed, I'm like, okay, like why was it delayed?
I think your opinion would probably. I think you probably have more insight on this as I do because this is like basically my first real Animal Crossing game. So like I'm on cloud 9 right now. Like this is fucking great.
I think the crafting system adds a lot to the game, and I think this one in particular, I will say the tone of this game feels different in the way that it's very positive. And not that any of the other Animal Crossings were negative, but it would, how do I phrase this? I feel like animals were a lot more passive aggressive in previous games, and like things that they would say, and like, Mr. Rossetti, which I haven't seen him yet. But like, I feel like there would like, it would almost yell at you too. Like it would be like this like normal life sim, like slice of life sim. And then it will also there's people that are passive aggressive and confrontational. And like, I was like, oh, or like, and Tom Nook in this game, his language is very much like, yeah, just pay me back whenever. Like it's cool. In the previous game, I feel like he was more of like a money grubbing, like, I don't know. It just felt more like you need to pay me. Like I'm waiting on my money. And this game is like, yeah, we're on island time. Just whatever, whenever you get to it, like, hey. So
that's good.
Yeah.
The word that really comes up for me during the whole Animal Crossing experience is very wholesome.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah. So I'd give it a recommend, but we'll probably be back with an official review with our official thoughts next week. And as far as other talking about, who knows? That's a future us problem.
Who knows?
We've never talked about what we're going to do in the next episode at the end. What am I doing?
We don't do that.
I just need to fucking shut the fuck up, I just need to, we need to stop recording. What are we doing? This is trailing off into a Kirby Meta Knight Halo Warthog thing. Okay, well, thank you for listening to Desk Pop. If you have any ideas for topics, send us an email, deskpopcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Like and follow us on social media at deskpopcast.
Yeah.
And definitely try to give us a review if you like what you heard, or if you have any feedback you'd like to give us.
Yeah.
Leave us a 5-star review and then send us that critique. Yeah.
Just about covers it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks.
We'll see you next week.
TTYL.